In the end, the Federal Reserve has two main objectives: to keep the job market strong and to keep inflation in check. And in recent years, inflation and prices are what the central bank has been most worried about. And here's why. As you can see, inflation spiked over 9% in 2022. And to combat this sky-high inflation, the Fed pulled out its biggest weapon: higher interest rates. But even as inflation concerns remain, analysts have grown increasingly worried about the weakening job market and economy, which is why the Fed is now seesawing the other way, cutting rates just barely for the first time in 10 months. Fed Chairman Jerome Powell explaining why.
What's different now is that you see a very different picture of the risks to the labor market. You've seen, we were looking at 150,000 jobs a month at the time of the last meeting. And now we see the revisions and we see the new numbers.
Those numbers from the latest jobs report showed just 22,000 jobs were added in August, well below expectations.
We call him Too Late. He's too late. It's his new nickname. It's Too Late, pal.
The Fed's decision follows a months-long campaign by President Donald Trump for lower rates, a push that included personal attacks on Powell. And last month, he took the unprecedented step of trying to fire Lisa Cook from the Fed's Board of Governors, using unproven allegations of mortgage fraud to justify the ouster. A federal court allowed Cook to stay on the board, at least for now. The Fed's board also had a new face for the vote: Stephen Miron, formerly a top White House economic advisor who won Senate confirmation Monday night. The Trump ally was the only board member to vote against the quarter-point cut, calling for a half-point cut instead. Powell said that the Fed is cutting these rates despite concerns that the president's wide-scale tariffs could cause a resurgence of inflation. Since April, the inflation rate increased from 2.3% to 2.9% last month.
They're making a bet that the recent reacceleration in inflation is being driven by tariffs and that they can look through it. That's a big bet.
So what does this cut mean for all of us at home? Well, the big change is that could lead to lower borrowing costs for everything from mortgages and car loans to credit card debt. Reporting here in Washington, I'm Evan Koslof, Spectrum News.